Welcome to the Advanced Freelancing Podcast. Every week, you'll hear strategies for building your online service-based business your way. And now, here's your host, veteran freelancer, author, and TEDx speaker, Laura Briggs.
Welcome back to another episode of the Advanced Freelancing Podcast. And today I am talking all about my course that is opening soon. You will also hear all about it in next week's episode with a student who took this course and just ran with it and crushed it in every way you could potentially interpret that phrase. And so the reason that I developed the Freelance Roadmap and the Advanced Freelance Roadmap are to mark the two different ways and kind of places that you're at when you're running a freelance business. The Freelance Roadmap is my step-by-step 31-day program for total beginners. This is for someone that maybe started working a freelance business but didn't have all the pieces in place or hasn't started it at all. The Advanced Freelance Roadmap is designed for someone who is a little bit further along in their freelancing journey. So they have been working in this business for a while, right? You're maybe making $2,000 to $3,000 a month, maybe even $5,000 a month, but things are stuck and you need help growing them from there. So when I was thinking about this in working with all of my different coaching clients, I really started brainstorming, especially as I was creating the manuscript for Six Figure Freelancer. What is it that these different people have in common? What are the pain points that they have in common? What are the common journeys that they have and experience as they are growing their freelance business? Now, both the Freelance Roadmap and the Advanced Freelance Roadmap will open the week of Black Friday with a special sale. So in this episode, I'm going to kind of walk you through why these two different things and why they look a little bit different. So let's start with the Freelance Roadmap, which is really the beginner's roadmap to establishing your freelance business. And I like to think of things as steps along a journey. So the Freelance Roadmap is designed to help you get your business up and running. The real point here is that even if you've launched before and been unsuccessful, maybe there's a reason for that. Maybe something was broken in that process. And so I established these as 10 different milestones. The first is really passion or knowledge. There's something that intrigues you about freelancing, but you need to figure out how to mold that into a side hustle. That next step is determining market fit and demand, followed by getting your business basics in order. And this is when you really start to personalize by creating your unique value proposition and pitch and the irresistible offer you will make to clients. From there, you take that and put that into a marketing plan or schedule, and then focus on client delivery, onboarding, and management. Client management is so important because you'll need to repurpose and maximize those relationships in the next phase. And then you reskill, you improve, and you prepare to scale your business with the, number 10 finish line marker of being on path to being a six-figure freelancer. And so I broke all these different sort of milestones down in the Freelance Roadmap very purposefully because it's designed to be one step at a time. A lot of times people get really overwhelmed and overloaded with information, and they try to take on too much too fast. So the Freelance Roadmap is designed for the person who may be doing this as a side hustle and is really limited by time. It's meant to be one consumable video of 15 minutes or less that is dripped to you one day at a time, all broken down into those different stages, right? So stage 1 is passion and knowledge, right? So step 1 is learn the market. Step 2 is decide your why. Step 3 is setting your 90-day goal. And you have a workbook that you use to complete the whole process. One of the things about the Freelance Roadmap that's so valuable is that there is a support upgrade if you want to have me review your pitch. And this can be the real game changer for people who are stuck or who have tried to launch their freelance business before. It's really one of the most valuable components of the entire course. And most people who enroll in the Freelance Roadmap do upgrade to that support version so that they feel really confident about what they are sending out to clients. So day by day, you get all of these different pieces in place. You submit homework assignments. You're kind of getting checked and breaking this down into manageable bite-sized pieces, right? So many people think, okay, I can just do this over a weekend, right? And then things fall apart because that's way too unrealistic to be able to pull that off. So the Freelance Roadmap is designed to break this down into 31 steps. You do one at a time, right? And then you will have all of the things up and running to launch a freelance side hustle business. And then you get that workbook that helps you work through that. So check that out if you're a beginner. And then I want to shift into talking about the advanced freelance roadmap, because this is really where it's time to scale. It is time to take your business to the next level. It is time to talk about all of the things that are most important for people who are established freelancers who are looking for what is next for them. And just like there is a visual version of the freelance roadmap, there is also a visual version of the advanced freelance roadmap. This starts with evaluation. Where are you at right now? When you join the advanced freelance roadmap, I have you take what I call the six-figure freelancer scorecard. I go over the results with you and provide you some feedback as well. Then we shift into talking about your mindset, deciding the model you will use to scale your company, your clients and offerings, getting those really organized. Are you working with ideal clients? Are you working with them in a way that makes sense for you? Have you scaled your business to the point it is at now with the wrong clients? Then, now that we know who your ideal clients are and how many people on your current sort of list fit that bill, we use that to build to the next stage of the process, which is your marketing, followed by your systems and optimization, getting your finances in order, offloading tasks to a virtual assistant, and then adding new services or offerings. This is really the most common trajectory that six-figure freelancers go through. And as a result of that, the Advanced Freelance Roadmap course aligns with that really, really well. So let me tell you a little bit more about why this course is so helpful. And like I said, the more I talk about it, the more I realize like next week's episode is just going to be really important for everyone to listen to because it's with an actual Advanced Freelance Roadmap student. So you'll if you're still like, I don't know if this is right for me, just tune in, hear about what she's done building her business from South Africa, scaling it to just an incredible point. But the goal here is to figure out what works for you. Many new freelancers have a lot of things in common. You need to figure out your market. You need to figure out your work sample, right? Advanced freelancers need something different. They need a little bit of personalization. So within the course, you're going to get 2 30-minute coaching calls with me. You can use those whenever you want. Some people choose to use them after they've gone through the entire course, and other people choose to have one at the beginning and one either towards the middle or towards the end of them taking the course. This is designed to help refine what your goals are so that if you get stuck in figuring out how you want to scale your business, we can work on that together. And just like the freelance roadmap follows this step-by-step process, the advanced freelance roadmap breaks this down into the most important components, right? It's not dripped one day at a time, so you'll get access to all of the material and all of the bonuses immediately. So when you sign up for the course, we start with mindset. You complete a starting point worksheet. You take the six-figure freelancer scorecard, and then we talk about developing a mindset practice. And then it's time to evaluate your business, knowing your numbers, comparing that with successful six-figure earners, and deciding how you're going to build your company. The media section of the course is called Module 2, The Right Clients, The Right Marketing, where I talk about who you do want to work with, how to figure out if you're working with the wrong clients. Can you salvage those relationships? How do you write packages, retainers, and proposals at an advanced level to be successful? How do you niche if you are moving from being a generalist to being someone who's more specialized? How do you create a quarterly marketing plan? How do you fire a client? How do you deal with client objections, right? All of these things are part of the client management process. From there, you'll move into Module 3, where we talk about what it really means to run your business like a CEO. Shifting that mindset from freelancer to CEO is so important. Everything from onboarding to hiring a virtual assistant to building the systems and shortcut to scale to figuring out your pricing and whether the pricing you've had in the past aligns with where you're going. And then you move into Module 4, which is all about what's next. You know, what financial questions and concerns do you need to consider as a freelancer? When is it time to reach out and get help? How do you discover what you want to work on next, right? Like after you have refined your freelance business to the point where it's operating really well and you're happy with it and you don't want to add more freelance clients into the mix, how do you shift and focus on other things instead and figure out what those other things are? You'll also get a training on the guide to passive income and figuring out through a planner what your next side hustle should be. All of this is really designed to help you apply the principles of the Advanced Freelance Roadmap with your personal journey. What is it that you are hoping to achieve in this way? And that's what I love about it, is that you can apply this to the way your business works, right? Everything is designed to help you get everything aligned with where you want to go into your business. Now, in addition to getting all of what I just talked about and those 2 coaching calls, you're also going to get access to my sales call bootcamp workshop, my LinkedIn for freelancers training, my cold pitch masterclass, my freelance follow-up formula toolkit, and the how to hire and train your first VA toolkit. So this is just everything that you need to take your business to the next level. And you'll know that it's the right choice for you because you're stuck in some way, right? You're not cracking through that 6-figure mark or whatever it looks like for you. You're struggling to figure out what is that missing piece, what is going wrong that isn't getting you to that level in your business where you want to be. And the Advanced Freelance Roadmap is built with those 4 different guideposts so that you can kind of focus in on what matters to you the most, right? So when you take the 6-figure freelancer scorecard, you will likely learn what part of your business is not operating right, because I break it down into these different sections where you're going to score yourself. And you might discover, hey, I really need to focus on marketing. It looks like marketing is really a challenge for me. I scored very low there. So you might focus on doing the marketing part of this course the most, even though you'll start from the beginning. So it's really important to know where you're at and where you want to go and kind of diagnose to figure out where those missing pieces are, because that's where a lot of freelancers are sort of stuck. They're sort of going, how do I figure out what is the next component for me to focus on? What really is, where should my focus be at this point in time so that I can feel really good about growing my business and moving forward? Because one of the things I think that a lot of people don't expect is that if you're not happy with your business the way it is right now, you won't grow it. Because if you're stressed out and you're irritated and you're not happy about the clients you have, that bleeds over into your marketing. That makes you feel less excited about the opportunity of working with your clients. If your clients suck now, why would you want to add more of them to that process, right? And so a lot of freelancers are holding themselves back in some way, usually a mindset issue, but also possibly a strategy issue. It is completely possible that you're marketing to the wrong clients or that your messaging is not dialed in very well. And all of these things can have such far-reaching implications that you want to think about what can you change? How can you take ownership of all of these different aspects of running your business and diagnose the piece that's broken and come out on the other side? And this is what I love about working with more experienced freelancers in the Advanced Freelance Roadmap. You already have all the goods. You already have good work samples. You already have clients who love you. You have pitches that convert at least some of the time. But there's something that's that missing piece. And I love helping to figure out what that is and helping someone calibrate and build their business forward from there. Because those little things can trip you up for the longest time and can be really, really frustrating and difficult to figure out. And I don't want anybody else to be stuck there, right? So the first year that I scaled my business to 6 figures was 2014. And a lot of that was thanks in part to one really huge 50K client. But my freelance business has generated 6 or multiple 6 figures in revenue every single year since then. And a lot of that comes down to that strategy and that mindset and that being willing, especially at the end of the calendar year, to look back and say, what is working in my business? What is not working in my business? Where do I need to make refinements and changes going forward? We kind of naturally do that at the end of the year anyways, because we're looking at New Year's resolutions and we're looking for ways to kind of move things forward in a productive way or ditch some of the old habits that are no longer serving us. And that's why I only release the Advanced Freelance Roadmap once a year, right around Black Friday time, because it's a really great chance for you to have most of the data for the year before with you. You can look back and say, okay, what does all of 2021 look like? And how can I use that information to propel me forward and redesign my business before January hits? If I need to change pricing, if I need to change marketing, if I need to change my messaging, if I need to let some clients go, I want to know that information before the new year hits. And so that's why I like people starting with the mindset and the evaluation pieces of this process earlier on so that they can have time to make those changes and decide what is going to really work for them. So I'm really excited about reopening this class again. It's just a joy to take people through it, and it's so much more effective when we have the chance to work together, right? So when we work together one-on-one in a coaching call, you bring anything and everything you need to that call, right? You might send me documents in advance. We'll talk about your 6-figure freelancer scorecard results. And we use that information to figure out how to go forward and where you're stuck the most. Because a lot of people get this wrong, right? They get it wrong that they're not prepared for what to expect. They think that it's something else that's holding them back. Oh, I must be working with the wrong clients. Sometimes no, you just might not be marketing enough. And that's a real problem. So this is why I love working with people, to refine for them. What is it? What is the obstacle? What are the biggest obstacles that are standing in your way right now? And how can we fix that? So stay tuned. If you're on my email list, you can also visit the direct page with the bit.ly/advanced freelance roadmap. That is all lowercase, bit.ly/advanced freelance roadmap. You will learn more about that particular course there. And I'm just really excited because I'm not going to tell you what the specific deal is, but I will tell you that Black Friday 2021 is a coupon that you can enter as we get closer. Once this episode is released, the course will kind of be softly open for listeners, and then it will be heavily promoted for the week of Black Friday. So that's all caps, Black Friday 2021, to get a special deal on enrolling in the Advanced Freelance Roadmap. If you still want to learn more, tune into next week's episode. We're going to do a deep dive into some of the things that my student Bailey took from this course to really up-level her business.